everybody. Hey, Morgan. Nice to see y'all. Tom Lydon, Morgan Donahue with you. The latest episode of the Westwood Living Sports Show brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. We are absolutely thrilled to be here. A little bit of a chill coming through the window tonight. It is that time of year.
Well, it gets hot in here. When we start talking about the playoffs, we start talking about the records. I mean, we got some great teams that are on tap for tonight. Some fantastic guests, which we have boys basketball captains who will be joining us tonight. We have Sophie Weller, who's been covering the Patriots, Westwood High School grad from 2019. Girls hockey, no hotter team right now than girls hockey.
Huge win last night. We could not have really planned a better night to showcase those guests.
Yep.
And Livy Hicks and Fallon Campbell are going to be with us talking girls hockey. And then really a touching way to finish the show tonight, Morgan. Jake Mullaney and Charlie Harrington from the 9 Mile Project, two Westwood grads, Babson grads. They went on to start a nonprofit. I can't wait to welcome them and have them share their story with us. So we're really running the gamut here. And for me, one of the most exciting things is that we're actually able to talk Patriots Super Bowl with a Westwood resident who covers the team and was down in Foxborough today covering the team. So we're going to get some insight, literally breaking from Foxborough as it develops.
It's unbelievable. I mean, from 4 wins last year to a Super Bowl for the Patriots this year. And to talk about teams that I think really have a good shot, here locally for state championships as well.
Yeah, very pleased to welcome our first two guests tonight. Robert Liriano Alejandro has had just an absolutely phenomenal year for the boys basketball team. Leo Chalangua is also with us. You guys, we appreciate you kicking us off this episode of the show. Thanks so much for being here. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, good.
So, guys, I want to start off last year a little slow out of the gate. This year, completely different. You guys were hot as ever. And, right off the bat, 10-3 so far, in the first 13 games. How do you guys feel so far with the start? And how do you guys feel about, prospects of chasing after a TVL title? Friday's a big game that you guys got on the map. We'll start with you, Leo.
Yeah, I mean, we feel great. Like, last season, we had a rough start to the season, but we ended up going, I think it was a 10-game win streak or something like that. And this season, we're just trying to be better. We treat every game, each next game as if it's the most important game. So we're just going after it, and each game is a must-win game for us, especially when we're trying to win the championship. So.
Robert, I've been so impressed with how you have really seized the opportunity this year. When I look back to last year's team, a lot of seniors who contributed, and you were certainly a big part of that as an underclassman, but you saw the writing on the wall, and you said, this is a very special year for me. What did you do between 2025 and 2026 to kind of gear yourself up to be like that real alpha dog on this team this year?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing was my offseason. I mean, I put in a lot of work in this offseason, making sure that I knew what was to come. I knew it was going to be a big season. I knew what my role was. I knew what I had to be a big leader. But, yeah, learning from the past years, I wasn't really a talkable person. I wasn't really talking, but I know that this year I had to talk a lot, make sure I had to step up to be a good role model for my teammates.
Well, your game certainly speaks volumes. And, another leader, obviously, Leo, part of the captains, also Adrian Ortiz, captain, Ty Pindell, captain. You guys have a great core nucleus of leaders. Leo, I got to call out, so folks that are listening at home, Leo didn't start playing basketball until 8th grade.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And look how good you are, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he plays at the rim, if not above the rim.
Above the rim. I did have a clip of Medfield the other night when they were kind of, getting going, but one of their baskets, before the basket, Leo had blocked this ball that bounced off the floor, hit the rim. I don't know how it stayed, but it just showed the athleticism. But got to ask, late start to basketball, how quick did you pick it up? How natural has that sport come for you, and how comfortable do you feel out there, being a senior and being a counted-upon player on this team?
I mean, I always liked basketball, but like you said, 8th grade was really when it started for me. And so what really helped me get to this level I'm at right now is just I knew my role, and I just want to do whatever it takes, whatever I can do to get my team to win. So I just look for everything. I worked on my weaknesses. I looked for what coaches wanted to see me do. And I use my athleticism and my sportsmanship and my relationship with my teammates to help me be a good part of the team and help us win. So.
We talk frequently during the game broadcasts about Coach Douglas's background, right? He's a Marine, so he comes from a place of great discipline. You're there every single day with him when you're practicing. As a coach, what does he impart on you as players that is necessary for a team to win a championship? What sort of lessons does he teach you?
I mean, he teaches a lot of lessons. It starts from right as soon as the buzzer on the scoreboard starts. Our preparation is key. He doesn't play around on how we prepare for teams, how we prepare for practice. It all starts in practice. But yeah, he's always on us, 120%, always telling us what is wrong, what is good.
Coach Lee Brock as well. Coach Douglas told me, him being a Marine with his background, he's been around a bunch of Marines. He said Coach Liebrock's up there with some of the toughest he's ever met. What does he bring to the table? I'd imagine he's a fun coach to see day in, day out.
Yeah, I mean, ever since freshman year, going to Saturday conditionings, 8 in the morning, like 7 o'clock, wake up, you're there on the court. It's it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and especially Coach Liebrock, he holds you accountable, So Coach Liebrock is very specific on he knows when we're pushing ourselves to our limit, and he wants us to be there all the time. And so he'll hold us accountable as from a coach's perspective, and it's what gets us better. So he's crucial for us.
Morgan pointed it out that there's a big game on the schedule tomorrow against Holliston. It's at home. You did go on the road. You beat Holliston the first go-round. This is always, to me, an interesting part of the season because now you've got some traction on those tires, and you're starting to see these teams a second time. So there's that familiarity. Meanwhile, the speed bump of the other night, playing a team in Medfield who didn't seem to miss a shot.
Nope.
I mean, that was unbelievable how hot that kid was, 13, scoring 33 points, one of the best performances I've seen. How do you flip the switch there, turn the page, and get yourself ready for what is a crucial game against Holliston at home tomorrow night?
The biggest thing is just our preparation. Just coming into the game, we already know how they play and how they kind of run their offense and defense. So the biggest thing was today in practice, we kind of went over their strengths and their weaknesses, and making sure that we execute the right way on game night.
Rob, so your Uncle Alex was a year ahead of me at Westwood High School, 2004 grad. Pretty special to have the family that are green and white. How special when you look back at your time at Westwood and then also the connection to Westwood is it when you look at family coming through Westwood High School and wearing that jersey, being proud that you had former family members in it as well.
No, it's a big it's a for sure a step because every time I go on the court, I mean I'm always playing for my family. I'm always playing for the name on my back. Yeah. But for sure knowing that my uncle came to Westwood High School is a big makes me happy.
Leo, Robert in February is going to be our standout student of the month, and my colleague Asanka wrote a great piece. I know you haven't seen it yet, but trust me, I read it. It's good. And one of the things that's so unique about Robert is that he doesn't live here, and he has to commute into Westwood every single day, which is very unique, and I'll get your take on that. But as a teammate who I'm sure has had him crash at your house for whether it be a couple of hours between school and a game, what's that like when you have somebody who almost becomes both on and off the court like a brother?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great for us because it helps us become closer, on and off the court. The other day, we went to go watch a college basketball game after practice, and him and Adrian stayed over at my house for a couple hours until we went to go watch that game. So, yeah, it brings us closer, yeah, that's it.
Hey, before I get off that topic, explain to me, Robert, some of the challenges that you deal with. I know that Olivia's in your class, and she's always like, man, I feel so bad that, Robert gets banged for a tardy, and it's not his fault because of the traffic. Those are some of the things that you have to keep in mind. What's an average day for you when you wake up and come to school?
I mean, for sure, I'm exhausted. I have to wake up. Practice ends at a later time, so it takes me about 30 minutes to get to home. Once I get home, I get ready, say hi to my mom, and then I try to get to bed straight away because I know I have to wake up around 5 because I have to beat the traffic. But yeah, I mean, I have to know that waking up, I have to make sure I'm already set for school, set for the games, make sure I have on my uniform and stuff. So yeah.
So I'd be remiss not to bring up the Charlestown game. I went out there, and I'm so glad I did. Charlestown, great team. It was a team that was averaging 70 points a game. They were up 12 on you guys, and you guys could have made one of two decisions, roll over and just kind of take the loss or get back in the game, fight. You guys chose the latter. Unbelievable. 20 points from this guy in the second half. Aaron's the MVP in the game, and everyone was shocked. You guys balled out. You guys, showed grit, execution, and, what the ceiling is for this team. Talk about that game. What did it mean to you guys, and how much confidence was taken from that game on what you guys know what you're capable of?
Yeah, I mean, that game meant everything to us. We had a rough start, rough first half, and then coming out of the locker room, we just huddled with the teammates alone, and then we just talked about, how badly we wanted to win that game. And so we always say, the first 4 minutes coming out of the half are the most important minutes of the game because, halftime, that break, both teams are coming out, and you can either come out, firing or you can either come out, lackluster. And I think we came out firing. So Rob and Ty especially, they really just stepped into their shot. They were confident. And they won us the game back, and it showed how much we wanted to win,
Yeah, that game was very crucial, especially because where we was, and especially I'm from Boston, so I know a couple of kids on the team. So, being those kids was it was one of my goals. And but for sure, we came into that huddle. We know we were down, but like our coach says, like we're like in practice we practice those type of scenarios, so we know in those big games and those big moments like we could beat those teams and we could execute the right way.
Well, a very fun team to watch. I highly recommend if you can make the trip to Bader Gymnasium tomorrow night, you do so. It's a rivalry game. It's Westwood. It's Holliston. These two guys are going to be out there on the court, number 2, number 23. And as Morgan says, every time you dunk, Westwood wins.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if we can get up and above the rim tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That is Robert Liriano, Alejandro, Leo Chalangua, 2 of the studs on the Westwood boys basketball team. We thank you guys both for being with us tonight, all right?
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
You guys, Super Bowl predictions. Who's going to win?
Oh, Patriots.
Yeah.
Not even
All right,
close.
we got to keep that. We're going to get predictions from everybody throughout the course of the show. Stay with us. We're coming right back to talk more Pats.
As an independent boutique financial planning and wealth management firm that is women-owned and operated, we offer a unique approach that sets us apart from others in the industry. At our firm, we prioritize providing dedicated care and service to each of our clients. This means that our advisors have ample time to get to know you and your family and be there to support you when you need it the most. And that's what we do at Nightingale, ensuring every client has the peace of mind they deserve, knowing we have their back.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Camilla started in 1988 in Wellesley. We opened here in 2014. Our most popular options are like people really like the chicken parm, eggplant parm, anything with our marinara sauce because it's nice and fresh, homemade. The meatballs are really good, so you could do like a meatball sub or spaghetti meatballs. Like of course, pizzas. Everyone likes like a classic cheese pizza.
At Dedham Health, we've got it all, including group exercise classes, swim lessons, free ongoing personal training, free childcare, sports conditioning, women's only amenities, cold plunge muscular recovery. See all we have to offer here at Dedham Health.
The Westwood Living Sports Show is brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. More than wealth solutions, new wealth traditions. Camellas, eat like our family. Brown Brothers Roofing, we treat your home like our castle. And Dedham Health and Athletic Complex, one body, one mind, one life.
Welcome back to the Westwood Living Sports Show presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. Tom Lydon and Morgan Donahue with you. Beautiful January night. Nice crowd here. A couple of teams had their pasta dinners here tonight. It was good to see.
Nice drift in here, too.
Yeah, we had the JV girls basketball team. They were here. The boys basketball teams having their pasta dinner here tonight. We have a lot of headlines to catch people up on. It's that point of the season that, believe it or not, like a month from now, we're going to be talking playoffs. And we're going to be like in the playoffs. And so let's just get you up to speed with sort of where we are. It's the Nightingale Notebook. And as I point out, we are about a month away from the playoff field being solidified. Many of our teams are in the mix for a TVL title and hopefully a good run in the postseason. So let's go through the current records. All right, the boys hockey team, 9th win of the season last night. Great effort from Nolan Lewis.
7 seconds left in the game. He scored the game winner. Incredible.
How cool is that?
He's been doing it all season.
So they're now 9-2-1. They're going to face Hopkinton in Marlboro Saturday afternoon going for that 10th win. That 10th win's important.
It'll be 43 years in a row of Westwood consecutive playoff appearances, the longest record in the nation. Incredible.
It's really unreal. Now, also impressive, the girls hockey team, incredible win last night against King Philip, came into that matchup undefeated, no longer. Westwood took care of business, a 2-1 win. The girls are now 12-1 on the season. Ashland at home at the Ice House this Saturday, 5:30. The Wolverines number 2 in the power rankings, still behind Milton, but Milton is 12-1 as well.
Milton's got some tough games ahead, so we'll see how those fold, but Westwood's been beating some good teams. That win over KP is certainly going to help.
Just had a great conversation with boys about the boys basketball team. They're back in action tomorrow night. A huge game against Holliston at Bader, 6:30 tip. Westwood is 10-3. Holliston's 9-4. So you got to keep that separation to hang on to first place in the TVL.
Like we said, Tom, if Leo gets a dunk in, I like our chances.
The girls also play Holliston tomorrow. The Panthers struggling this year, so a good chance for the Wolverines to get back on track. Now, boys track and field as a team, only one win, but our guy. Jaden Pillard, man, setting school records along the way. Really cool to watch.
Unbelievable. And he's doing it with purpose. And one of my pizza box predictions was Jaden was going to win an individual state championship. So looking pretty good so far.
Way to go, Doe. Girls track and field, solid as ever. The usual suspects doing damage. Gavin, Cashman, Rockers, you know the names. Great to see them continuing. Great to see them succeeding. How about the swimming and diving teams? We post a swimming and diving story, and it just gets read like wildfire. Both teams are 6-1. The girls have clinched the TVL large.
I believe so. The boys did. The boys did. I think the girls in DS may be tied.
Okay. Yes. All right. So the boys and the girls both have a big meet this weekend. The TVL showcase at Ashland. That is Saturday morning at the Boston Sports Institute, in fact, at the Boston Sports Institute. It's the TVL Showcase. And that is the Nightingale Notebook. Nightingale Wealth Solutions, our presenting sponsor. Trust your financial future to the team at Nightingale. More than financial advisors, guidance and support you would expect from a fiduciary advisor. Outside of anyone who shares a last name with you, the team at Nightingale cares about you the most. So thanks so much to Nightingale Wealth Solutions for their ongoing support of the Westwood Living Sports Show. So, Super Bowl, you all predicted it back in August, right? Patriots on their way to Santa Clara, piece of cake, just like the old days.
It's, I feel like rinse repeat at this point, and I love when people hate the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Just put all those tears in one big pint glass, and I'll drink those all day long.
So I feel as though this is a little bit of kind of a passing of the torch, because I've been fortunate to go to 10 Super Bowls. Actually, I'm going out to Santa Clara as a fan.
Nice humble
brag.
But
our next guest is going to her first Super Bowl as a media member. I'd like to welcome Sophie Weller to the set. How are you doing?
Thank you guys so much for having me tonight.
Fantastic that you're here. I'm so thrilled for you to get a chance to cover your first Super Bowl with the Patriots.
I do. I think it's fitting I'm here. You were talking about pasta dinners. I used to have my varsity soccer ones right in that back room back there. So, you know, I was back there. Now I'm over here.
Familiar territory.
Full circle. Full circle moment.
Walk us through Patriots Wire, what it is, the connection, if any, to USA Today, the job that you have, and how it's evolved for you. Because there's nothing better than when you hear Coach Vrabel be like, "Hey, Soph, how you doing?" It's like you got a great relationship with the guys down there.
Yeah, I've been joking, but like outside of my family, no one really called me Soph. Like it's such an easy nickname, but it never really caught on. And now everywhere I go, like I have people, you know, at the stadium, it's Soph. I have people on Twitter being like, hey, you know, at Soph. Like, it's just like the nickname's caught on, and I absolutely love it. But as for Patriots Wire, I actually just started with them this year. Before that, I was kind of a little all over the place. I started with Mass Live. Then I went to A to Z Sports. I was with them for about 2 years. And then I made the switch to Patriots Wire. And I was starting to think I was a jinx because I covered the team for 2 years, 2 4-win seasons. I was like, oh my God, I'm like, do I have to quit? I thought this was it. I thought I was the reason. And then Mike Vrabel comes in. Yeah. Now they're off to the Super Bowl. I'm like, okay, I can stick around a little bit longer. I think I'm okay.
Totally very similar to that because I was in Detroit for so many years. They had won the 3 Super Bowls. Then they had lost 42 and 46. They won 49. I came in here right after that. I was like, don't tell me I'm going to be the guy who came in late for the party.
Right.
Now I'm going to have to cover all like the alumni events, and I didn't cover any of those teams. And then they lose to Denver before Super Bowl 50. And then they go to the Super Bowl and they're down 28-3. So I know the feeling you're talking about.
Yeah.
It turns, though. It's a great turn.
I was very happy. I was like, Vrabel saved me. I'm okay saying that, you know. I needed someone to come in and save me so I didn't have to get kicked off the beat.
As someone who had been around the team that was not as successful as they are this year, could you have imagined the success they had? I mean, Super Bowl is crazy. Let's take that off the table. But, you know, say if it was a 10-win season, like could you even have imagined that? Like, talk about how far you've seen this team come, having been so close to them for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I had them picked as like a 9-10 win team this year.
Same.
Nothing near where they were. But I will say after that Buffalo game is when I noticed that this team truly had something special. Yeah. It's the way that they talk about their coach. I can't speak highly enough about like the way that they've rallied around Mike Vrabel. I mean, he has all these little sayings that he comes up with week in and week out, and they just live by them. He's just truly turned that thing around. But we were kind of saying when they beat Denver this past weekend, and we were kind of all standing there, a few of us reporters waiting for them to come off the field. We were kind of looking around at each other like, did this just happen? Like, where are we?
Yeah.
No
really
way.
wild.
And we couldn't quite believe it because it's, everyone talks about a rebuild and all that, and all of a sudden Mike Vrabel comes in here. And I'm not saying the rebuild is done because I still think there's a lot of improvement to be had. But if this is where you are year one of that rebuild, I'm excited to see, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line now.
I love the fact that you came prepared with a notebook.
I always have my notebook.
And I'm very interested in learning a little bit about what's inside that notebook. Very neat penmanship. And as you prepare for this, what in your mind are the key things that are going to be the storylines of this Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think it's Drake for sure. I mean, everyone's talking about the injury.
Shoulder.
I personally think it's a little overblown. I think, but at the same time, let Seattle sweat it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Let them think that Drake's not on their A game, and then he'll come in and 50-yard bomb to Kyle Williams, and there you have it. No, I think that's definitely a big one because we haven't seen the Drake that we saw in the regular season. Mm-hmm. He struggled a bit in this postseason, but he's also gone up against 3 of the top 5 defenses. Yeah. So that right there is something. He's going up against another very tough defense, but weather's played a factor and all that stuff. I'm excited to see, a nice warm day in Santa Clara. Hopefully no weather to impact. Let Drake just be Drake. The other thing is just going to be defense. Defense wins championships. It's a cliche for a reason, and both teams have a very good defense. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a full team effort at the end of the day. But if the Patriots defense plays the way that they've been playing and the offense comes out to play like they did in the regular season, I definitely think the Patriots have a good chance in this one. But they need to come together as one. It can't be relying on one group to do everything.
It honestly reminds me of the Patriots' first Super Bowl. They had a young quarterback. The defense really got them to where they were at. They had some ugly wins, the Snow Bowl game versus the Raiders. Kind of reminds me, come a full circle. I do want to take this back to Westwood. So as a Westwood resident, we're always super proud of our own going, doing big things on the national stage. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Incredible. I caught up on the article that was written about you, Diana Bezde-Diano, and Westwood Living. And I learned that, you got kind of, you took a required freshman writing class. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about that kind of opened up journalism for you and just an interest in writing.
Yeah, if any of my high school English teachers at Westwood High knew, at the time thought I was going to be a writer, I think they'd laugh in my face. I was so, even my mom knows, it was pulling hair to get me to write anything for high school. And I went to college, and all of this freshman writing class basically had these big prompts, and you could, as long as something fit into the prompt, you could do it. And for 4 of the 5 prompts, I managed to write about sports. I think the one I didn't was a movie, and I did Wizard of Oz. But I always managed to tie it back to sports. And I actually met, when I was kind of toying with the idea of journalism, right in Westwood, right down the street, I met with Mike Reese, ESPN's Mike Reese, and who's also a good family friend. And I just said to him, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I literally brought a sample of my an essay I had written for this writing class. It was an analytical essay or something, thinking that was what I needed. He didn't even look at it. He goes, you do. Wow. And I went home that night and I declared journalism as my second major.
How great is he? We had him as a guest during our last show, right? Wasn't that the last show?
He brought the energy. Incredible.
Brings the energy.
Mike Reese is my favorite human. There's not a bad word. Yeah. Anyone at Gillette, everyone loves him. Yeah. He's just this spark of energy, he's just the best.
You'll never beat him to the stadium.
No.
No, I don't try.
Or his snack selection. It's incredible.
You know what? I love those photos. I'm like, what is Mike eating today? What do we got today?
So I do got to ask, your questions are fascinating. Mac Jones once said, you ask great questions. And you asked a great one to Stephon Diggs, that really opened him up where we didn't see him open up more outside of football. He opened up about his relationship with Cardi B and how important she is in supporting him. Where do you get that kind of curiosity from? And, how much do you like kind of getting a little bit idea of the players and their personalities in some of these questions?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a reporter like everyone else. I love the stats. I love the analytics of it all. Like sometimes when I'm in the locker room, I'm going up to the lineman and talking about a play or like with the defense, like a blitz that happened, but in these type of situations, I think people also forget that they're human, that every single player, out when they're off the field, they have a family, they have, they live their lives the same way we do, maybe, well, not the same way, but they live their lives.
They have issues.
Yeah.
Just like we do.
They, all this stuff. And that's sometimes forgotten about. I think a lot of people, when they see a player on TV, they're like, they're put there for us. That's not the case. They're playing the sport they absolutely love to play. Like, they're, like I say, I'm living the dream by doing this job. Like, they're also living the dream because their job is playing football. But you can tell, like, sometimes when you ask them about these more personal questions, when it's not always the football, when it's not always what did you do wrong in that last game, it brings out a different side of them. And, the one I always point back to is, like, when I asked Drake May about Bake Miss, I didn't even know the cameras, like, were on. He walked out, and I was like, before, let's just, like, loosen up a little bit. Let's have some fun. And I asked him, and all of a sudden, I'm getting texts from my friends, like, I'm hearing your voice everywhere. I was like, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't want to hear my voice everywhere. But, I'm getting that, and it's just fun, and I think I also approach it as, what does an average fan want to know? Not everyone is as into the stats, not as into the, everyday stuff. They want to know about his relationship with Cardi B. They want to know Drake May and Aunt Michael May, like, how's her baking? I mean, it looks really good on camera. What are you thinking? Like, things of that nature. And that's kind of how I go about it is what would, maybe not a avid football fan, but just a fan of the Patriots as a whole want to know.
Well, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Throughout your entire career. I'll give you this little tidbit of advice as you go into this week. Always tell people what you see, because you're in places where other people aren't.
Yes.
So you're going to see things that other people do not see, and it's your gift and it's your opportunity to share that with them. So you may not be where everybody is, but where you are is unique. So find that story right there.
I promise you I will. My camera roll will probably fill up in the first day. So
Fantastic. Good stuff. That is Sophie Weller from Patriots Wire. Great to have you here. Pride of Westwood on our way to Santa Clara on Saturday to cover the Patriots. Stay with us. When we come back on the other side of the break, we're going to catch up with Livy Hicks and Fallon Campbell from the Westwood girls hockey team. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. And those years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, they complete the team. And that's at the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me. It built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
From poverty to disease, conflict to environmental issues, the world faces complex challenges. That's why at Rotary, we unite people to find solutions. We're people of action. We support causes that foster collaboration, peace, and sustainable development. We empower communities to gain access to clean water, quality healthcare, and economic opportunity, breaking cycles of poverty and conflict. Learn more, find your cause, and take action at Rotary.org.
The Westwood Living Sports Show is brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. More than wealth solutions, new wealth traditions. Cabela's, eat like our family. Brown Brothers Roofing, we treat your home like our castle. And Dedham Health and Athletic Complex, one body, one mind, one life.
It is the January edition of the Westwood Living Sports Show presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. Morgan Donahue and Tom Lydon with you live from Cabela's. We are so grateful to our hosts here each and every time we come here because we do kind of stake out quite an area, so we appreciate the hospitality. I am very scared, Morgan, honestly, about this next segment because Evan is not playing around. It is our Dedham Health and Athletic Complex Trivia Challenge. And we have done pretty well over the last couple of months, but Evan is very focused on stumping us tonight. Yeah, so, Evan, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, you heard me. I'm a little tepid as we enter this segment. So, what do you got for us? The trivia is set for you to give us.
I went back and forth a bit, so I'm going to give you this, Tom. I think you're going to be the one to answer this for me.
Uh-oh.
Can you name all players on both the Patriots and Seahawks who are Boston College alumni?
Oh, boy.
I know one, Landry.
Yeah, I know Harold Landry, that's for sure.
How many total?
There is one.
There's one on each?
One in total.
Oh, that's
Landry.
it?
Yep.
Harold Landry, that's the answer? That's the trivia question? Oh, come on, give us something else.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the one I'll give you that I was going to try to stump you because Jack Conley was on the practice squad, and he got cut by the Patriots sometime this season. The second one I have for you, the basketball one, the original, who scored the first points for the Celtics in Game 1 of the 2024 NBA Finals? Bonus if you can tell me what kind of score it was.
A three-pointer by White.
No.
I'll give a guess. I'm going to say it was a foul shot that was hit by Kristaps Porzingis.
No. You want the answer?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
It was a driving dunk by Al Horford.
Oh.
Grandpa.
I miss
on
him.
the board.
I miss him.
Okay, so we'll go 1-1. You did take it a little bit easy on us with the Harold Landry one.
Yeah,
so
that was a
hoping I would
appreciate
stop
that.
you because there used to be a Patriots guy in the practice squad, but as I was looking about 5 minutes before the show, he got cut like a few months ago, and that was when I wrote the question originally, so it's partially on me too.
Well, good thing I don't check out the waiver wire. You know?
Okay, let's quickly shift over to our Brown Brothers Roofing Play of the Month, and this one is very contextual. I think it will make all kinds of sense once we introduce our next guest.
It's a big one. Set it up top. Hughes with the shot. Gets through. They score! Hicks on the tip from a shot by Avery Hughes, and Wolverines get on the board.
What a shot, what a tip-off right into the net. Beautiful play, classic play. Always happens in hockey, but that's a difference maker.
Connolly looking for the middle. Shot, score! On the one-timer! Beautiful pass by Justine Connolly, and what a shot and finish by Hicks!
Oh my gosh, what a goal! What a goal! Wolverine.
And here she is. We are pleased to have the star of our Brown Brothers Roofing Play of the Month. Livy Hicks is here along with fellow captain Fallon Campbell, fresh off an unbelievable win against King Philip last night. Ladies, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
We're thrilled to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So take us through last night. I mean,
Incredible.
come on.
So King Philip, 11-0 on the season. You guys were 11-1 going into the game, and a lot of chatter around King Philip. They beat some good teams. You know, they beat Medfield, a couple weeks before, and they were moving up in the rankings. You were number 2, King Philip number 5, but you guys came out with a big win. I thought it was a great defensive style win. How did you guys feel after last night's win?
It was a very tough game. We knew going into it, they were undefeated. We knew playing anybody that's undefeated, it's going to be very tough. But we knew, we had to play our game. It started off a little bit rough, but we picked it up, scored another goal to win the game, and it was very exciting.
Absolutely. And Fallon, I feel like every time we call these games, I don't think you get off the ice. Talk about What is the preseason workout that you do? I heard, do you do some kickboxing, a little Title IX boxing?
Yeah, I
and
do
does that get you
boxing.
ready for 30 minutes a game? Because, you're pretty much on the ice for nearly half the game.
Yeah. I work out at Title Boxing. I've been doing it since last winter, and then I got our team there this year, which was really good off ice. It's really good for technique.
That's awesome. I mean, you guys looked fantastic. Jen Lynn, she's obviously a fantastic goalie. She's on another level this year. Talk a little bit about her. I think, certainly one of the tops in Division II hockey right now.
Yeah, a few practices ago, we actually went over her stats, and it's insane. We made everybody say thank you to her because she's by far one of the best goalies in the TVL in the division. I don't think she's so into this team, so willing to try her best every single practice, and she's always there. She's a literal brick wall in the net. She will stop anything that comes her way. We're truly grateful for her.
We were joking around with Livy and Fallon a couple minutes before we went on the air about the fact that they have a morning practice tomorrow. So morning practice means what? You get up at what time?
I wake up at 4:30 and warm up the car. I get food. Probably just make a little waffle or something. Because we have to pick people up too now.
What was funny, Morgan, Fallon said, it used to be better when we were underclassmen because you could sleep on the
Yeah.
car
Take a
right
nap.
over to the
Now you
rink,
have to
but
be
now you
awake.
got to drive.
Yeah.
It's the perils of leadership, my friends.
I used to get half dressed, and when I wasn't driving, so I'd just be half dressed, and that was even saving me more time, where I could just put the skates on, the helmet, and your shoulder pads, and I was good to go. But I do not miss those early wake-ups. They are cold. How much of an advantage, though, do you feel when you're in these big games and it's third period, you guys are tired, they're tired, but you know what? You guys get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You guys practice hard in the freezing cold, shoveling your cars out. Does that give you guys a mental advantage in some of those big games?
100%. And waking up at 4:30, you're gonna have a tough practice. But then once it's over, you're done. Then you have to go to school. The same with the game. You just need to keep working until that final buzzer goes, and then you're done, and then you can celebrate. It just gives us that extra oomph of effort to play our best every single game.
I get such a kick out of seeing you. This is a special year for me because obviously my daughter's in the same class as you, and I've known both of you since you were this big. So to see this entire class grow up and play so many different sports and have success in all these different sports, whether it be soccer or volleyball or field hockey or now ice hockey, it's just amazing for a parent. And one day I hope that you get to enjoy this and see your friends, your kids' friends enjoy this kind of success. But it seems like the athletes and the student body really get along and you support each other. We're seeing you at basketball games. We're seeing the basketball players at your games. Where does that come from? And how much do you build off of that energy from your fellow students?
Well, I would say, us as a team, it builds us, as a team and puts us together when we're together all the time. We've been called a cult in the past just because, we're always together. We go and support other teams. And as a school, I think all of us just coming together, it just builds people up and it makes you feel better when people are showing up for you.
We were talking about it on the call yesterday, and cycling the puck. And it's funny, people who know the game know what I'm talking about. People who don't, it's kind of interesting to them. How important has that been to you guys this year? Because you guys will go up a goal, and then you guys will just dominate the possessions in the offensive zone and just make top lines chase after you. How much pride do you guys take in cycling the puck and really just kind of putting your force on puck possession battles?
We do cycling every practice. There's not a single practice where we don't do cycling. We'll do it with our lines. We'll do it over and over again. And just doing it, last game, green line, third line did amazing with it.
Unbelievable.
It was insane. They just kept going and going. That line on KP, they were exhausted.
Keep away.
Yeah.
And they're doing this versus their top lines while Westwood's depth is getting, a breath, getting, their feet back, and then boom, they go right on the ice. And it's literally like boxing where we have the advantage because of more left in the tank.
Yeah.
One of the other things I get a real kick out of, which is a little bit off the ice, it's kind of pregame, is the unbelievable relationship you have with the youth hockey program. The young girls who have a chance to interact with you, you have to understand that they look at you as superheroes.
Yeah.
And can you put yourself back in their skates when you were their age and how you idolized the high school girls? And how did that affect you? And do you realize how much you're affecting them at this point? What does that whole dynamic mean to both of you?
I mean, I start off in youth hockey. I've been in youth hockey since, learn to skate. I've always been, the little girl. My sister was on the team, so it's, always going to their games and looking up to them. They're, heroes to me. I always wanted to be on the ice with them and wanted to be them. I just, I love to have the feeling that we're that for the little kids, and that they can, I feel like they can look up to us, and we're, a role model for them.
You absolutely are. Do you still have all those relationships from youth hockey? Think about it.
Yeah.
It's almost wrapping up here, Liv.
I know. It's crazy. Like, just seeing them, like, in the locker room, because I remember, I think I was a puck girl. I don't really remember, but I think I was one. And I remember walking into that locker room thinking it was the best thing ever. Like, I thought that was, like, I thought it was me and the most famous people in the world. Like, I thought it was the best thing I've ever experienced. And just, like, I know that's what those little girls, like, feel, too. Like, they probably think it's the best thing. And it's just so exciting knowing that, like, they look up to us, like Fallon said. And, like, we can, like, show them, like, who we are, like, what we play for.
One thing that has always impressed me with the girls hockey team is you guys playing as 8th graders in some large games. You know, last year's game, Final Four game, huge crowd at Loring Arena. And this is no different than the year before in the games that you guys have played in. You guys have played in some very, very big games with nearly, I feel like, half the town there. You know, talk about where you started, where the nerves in those games, and then where they are now. I mean, these are normal things for you guys when you've already gone out and beaten Duxbury and Medfield and KP. You know, you played a Hingham game in a packed rink. You know, talk about how that's normalized, you know, games now for you guys.
Like, definitely during 8th grade, I can picture it, I can remember it so well. I was so scared. I was like, oh no, like, this is all, like, if somebody messes up, I'm gonna get, like, I just thought that, like, I was terrified. But now it's just, like, seeing the people, like, coming to our game, seeing, like at the Quinn Dyson Memorial game, like, it was packed. Yeah. Like, seeing all the people there, like, coming to support us and coming to, like, support Quinn, like, it just means so much. And, like, we're playing for them and playing for us. Like, it just has such a bigger meaning to everybody.
I want to go back in time to a year ago. And when you finished your junior year the way you did, when it ends so suddenly and so devastatingly, how do you use that as fuel for your senior year so that that doesn't happen again? How much did that motivate you through all those workouts at Title Boxing, through whatever you did during the off season? How much do you think about that night?
I mean, everyone was mad, like, more mad than sad. Like, everyone was just upset. Like, we knew we could have beat them, and we, like, took it and worked for it. Like, I watched film. I know people on the other team, like, we all, like, I rewatched the Medfield game 100 times. Like, I watched over everything that we did. It's just, like, working in the off season and throughout this whole season to just be better. And I think we are a better team this year. I think we've all grown and we all put in the work. And also, we put up, before our Medfield game, we put up the score sheet from when we lost.
I like it.
Give us a little extra motivation.
Like
so, yeah, I think it's just taking, like, our anger and our feelings and just putting the effort in and being them.
All right, Liv, your turn. What kind of impact did that whole experience have on you and this year?
Like what Fallon said, I was like, the score sheet, us hanging it, that's still up. Like, if we just carry that with us, like, everywhere we go. Like, even, like, Lauren will bring it up saying, like, do you remember the Final Four game? And we are all fuming. Like, it is probably, like, that was the most devastating game ever. And, like, even going in a few weeks ago when we played Medfield and, like, beating them, that was just such a, like, good game, like, such a good feeling, like, knowing that we could come back from that loss. But, yeah, I carry that with me everywhere I go.
What's the difference between this year's team, and last year's team, besides, you know, obviously personnel? You have Kate Sullivan, who's, you know, graduated, Ava graduated, as well as, you know, Hayden Cox. Talk about the difference of this year's team and why it's been so successful.
I think we've definitely stepped up. Like, last year, Kate, she was amazing. Like, we loved having her, but, like, we filled in her spot so quickly. Okay. Like, we've been up there. We've been winning games 5-0 like we did last year. Like, we filled in her spot, like, so well. And, like, also with our team, we've always just been, like, a young team, and we've always been able to, like, mold people, like, with the lines that we've set. And it's kind of just, like, fixing, like, the people that we've lost. Like, we lost Ava and Hayden. Like, they were also, like, both very good players, but we were able to fill those spots in and kind of, like, mold us all together into, like, the team that we can be.
Awesome. I'm going to put you both on the spot. I don't want you to just scream out Patriots, although I think that's going to be the answer. But we need Super Bowl predictions. Who do you think is going to win and why? Less than 5 seconds each. Go ahead.
Drake Bay, the Patriots.
Simple.
Drake Bay Patriots.
Drake Bay. Yep.
Drake Bay Patriots.
That's my answer.
Drake Bay.
If you want to see some competitive kids playing great games, go check out the Westwood girls hockey team. These are two of the captains, Livy Hicks, Fallon Campbell, Justine Connolly, the other captain. We'll hopefully talk to her next month.
Yep.
Really entertaining team with a great chance to make a run at a state title. Thank you both for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We'll be in your corner throughout this run. And stay with us after the break. We've got a great story. Two Westwood grads, Jake Mullaney, Charlie Harrington. They're with us right after the break.
As an independent boutique financial planning and wealth management firm that is women-owned and operated, we offer a unique approach that sets us apart from others in the industry. At our firm, we prioritize providing dedicated care and service to each of our clients. This means that our advisors have ample time to get to know you and your family and be there to support you when you need it the most. And that's what we do at Nightingale, ensuring every client has the peace of mind they deserve, knowing we have their back.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Camilla started in 1988 in Wellesley. We opened here in 2014. Our most popular options are like people really like the chicken parm, eggplant parm, anything with our marinara sauce because it's nice and fresh, homemade. The meatballs are really good, so you could do like a meatball sub or spaghetti meatballs. Like, of course, pizzas. Everyone likes like a classic cheese pizza.
At Dedham Health, we've got it all, including group exercise classes, swim lessons, free ongoing personal training, free childcare, sports conditioning, women's only amenities, cold plunge muscular recovery. See all we have to offer here at Dedham Health.
The Westwood Living Sports Show is brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. More than wealth solutions, new wealth traditions. Camellas, eat like our family. Brown Brothers Roofing, we treat your home like our castle. And Dedham Health and Athletic Complex, one body, one mind, one life.
One of my favorite moments on the show, the Westwood Living Sports Show presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. Morgan, it is time for our Pizza Box predictions. And of course, we are at Camellas. And this is where we make our predictions inside the pizza box. And would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Hit it.
Yeah, so, following the girls' hockey, this was top of mind. They've been playing awesome, 12-1. Girls' hockey is going to win a state championship this year is my pizza box prediction.
You're going bigger than I am. State championship is good. That's a very hungry team. So I give them a good chance at that. Mine's going to be a little bit more simple. I'm just saying in total, the winter sports teams, Westwood, will win 4 TVL championships.
Wow.
4.
Wow.
So that means I'm putting my faith in the boys basketball. I'm putting my faith in the boys hockey.
Yeah.
And I'm putting my faith in the girls hockey.
Yes.
So
I think it's
if those 3 get it done and they join swimming, we got ourselves 4
I like their chances. I think some Leo dunks and some goals from the boys in big game coming up against Medfield and Norwood will certainly be helpful with that.
Well, I'm pleased to welcome our next guests, who are really phenomenal people. Jake Mullaney and Charlie Harrington are Westwood graduates, class of 2020.
Class of 2020.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
I know that wasn't a great time. But they collectively emailed me and told me their story, which they're now going to share with you, because they were wondering if it could maybe be featured in Westwood Living. And it will be featured in the next issue of Westwood Living, the February issue. honestly could be a cover story because it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Fantastic.
So you pick up the story where you'd like to pick it up about how you guys know each other, about how this all evolved. But the 9 Mile project is very, very impressive.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Me and Charlie are best friends from high school, still are today.
Yep, living together.
Living together.
Love it.
But I went to Babson College in Wellesley, and my freshman year at Babson, I was placed with a random roommate from Rwanda, and I meet him day one, and he is from a tiny village, a rural village, where no running water, no electricity. It's his first time leaving Rwanda to come live with me, who's from down the road in Westwood, grew up in Westwood. And he shared the story of how he got to Babson and the journey that kids in his village have to take if they want to go to high school. So for them, the school in their town ends after middle school. And if they want to go to high school, they have to walk 9 miles a day. So 4.5 miles each way. So most kids don't go to high school for that reason. But in Rwanda, there's boarding schools throughout the country that specialize in mathematics or engineering or science, whatever kids want to do. And students from his village are able to go to those boarding schools, but it costs too much for them to go. So it's $360 a year, which is not a lot for people over here. A year. And that covers room, board, tuition. It gives them their first bed. It gives them running water for the first time. It gives them electricity for the first time. Everything. It's like moving into a boarding school in America.
Yeah. And he ends up being your roommate randomly. So this is
randomly.
Like late August day. You're like, hey, what's up? I'm Jake.
Yep. And I'm not expecting that at all. And I was just like, oh my God. So that summer, after college that year, I shared the story with Charlie, and we were just like, there's got to be something we can do. So we started the 9 Mile Project.
And you're funding kids in Rwanda going to high school.
Correct. So we take students from his village. They go through an application process when they finish middle school, and if they meet the requirements to go to school, we send them. So we have 33 students in our program now.
That's incredible.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really phenomenal.
It's been unreal.
So you get in touch with Charlie, who's out of Colorado College at the time, and what do you think when you hear this?
So, it's freshman year of college. Everyone's making, new memories, new experiences, making new friends. I go out to Colorado. Jake's still living at home, and we finally get home for the summer, and we're reconnecting. And, I'm telling him about all my friends. I'm on a team out there, so it's a little easier. I'm like, I'm with all these people who are, in a way, even though they're all from different parts of the country, they're all pretty similar to me. We all went to school for similar reasons. And then, I'm telling him all these stories, and I'm like, what was your experience like? And he starts telling me about his roommate. And I have all the same thoughts that Jake was having the entire, year long, where he was living with Manny and was like, I need to help, almost like exploding with this desire to help him out. And then I finally get home, we talk about it, and we say, all right, what's the next step? And then over the next few years, we kind of start to build it up and reach out to our own communities. We've been so thankful to Westwood and our families and friends from school. Wellesley has been a great high school community too, that we've now done some events with their high school and had some fundraising walks, where it's been really a truly incredible thing as a nonprofit and really just a small business, getting a real understanding of how much community can help you grow and help you actually help others, which has just been really special.
Well, if you don't know anything about Morgan, you're about to learn that he does his research, and he knows about your athletic background at Westwood. So just go to it, my man.
So my man Jake over here, stud golfer for Westwood, played for Peter Hockman, been doing it for a long time, and then had the opportunity to catch up with Coach Todd Zahurik, and he was so complimentary of you, Charlie. He said, one of the most talented players he's ever coached, but even bigger than that, one of the best human beings. And I asked him, I said, is Charlie related to Riley Harrington? We got the Harringtons, similar age. He goes, no. He's related to the legendary Harringtons. And I go, wait. He's related to, like, the Harringtons from the 70s? He goes, yes. I made a text over to Tim Holden, one of my teammates growing up playing hockey, and he goes, yes. So Charlie's father is Steve Harrington. 1,000-point scorer, 1977 grad. Older brother is JC, who's a stud football player.
I told you.
Brian, we're thinking about you guys. Brian, stud soccer player, played at Bentley. Tim Holden's father-in-law, also the father to Jamie, who's stud field hockey player. Sarah, Hall of Famer as well, national champion winner at Northwestern.
I think it's 6 national championships between Sarah and Carrie.
She had crossover with Meredith Frank and then also Kristen Shellman Marshall. And then, that's not it.
All right, hold on. You got to ask him a question because we're running out of time.
And then Scott Harrington as well, stud. Bringing things full circle with how special the Harrington connection is to this town, what did it mean to you to play Westwood sports with legends in your family?
It was awesome. Sports have always been a part of my life growing up. I'm the youngest of that entire family. I'm the youngest cousin. So I got to see so many people, before me play for Westwood and do so well that, when I got to actually put on a Westwood jersey, it was like, all right, I'm finally doing it. I'm finally doing what, my whole family has done. So it was cool. But
Little Charlie is what they called him because he was the youngest of all the cousins.
It's so cool. So we just went through data input for this unbelievable Hall of Fame website that we're debuting next week, and there are a lot of Harringtons on that list.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
studs.
really remarkable. You are going to stay with us as we do our next segment, which we call 3 Things, and I put you on alert to come up with a thing, and I think you get the concept. And I'm not having him go first because mine's a little bit less serious than his is. So my thing is this. My thing is Super Bowl is always very unique and very interesting, and many people like to predict what they think might happen at a Super Bowl. What I always find interesting about a Super Bowl is it's tough to predict if someone's going to make a mistake. And sometimes it's a mistake that is made during a Super Bowl that becomes the decisive play. And no one wants to say that, that person's going to throw an interception or he's going to fumble the ball or misses a tackle. But sometimes that is what it comes down to. So my thing is just be on the lookout for how this Super Bowl will be defined, because sometimes it is the person who flubs or makes a mistake. Morgan, what's your thing?
That was beautiful. I mean, how do we go after that? Mine is simple. Growing up here in town, a lot of snow out there. Help your neighbors shovel. Get to know your neighbors, especially your elderly neighbors. You're going to learn a few things. Some of them might be Hall of Famers at Westwood High, but go out, get to know them, help them out shoveling. We're in it together out here, so that's my thing.
Charlie's got our thing.
I got our thing. So in these cold winter months, my thing is it's hard to do, but get out and move.
Yes.
I humble brag, I just did my 40th core power class. I've been getting really into hot yoga, trying to stay active as a young professional and get out and moving. So
I love it.
That's ours.
How do people learn more about the 9 Mile Project? How can they do their research and how can they support you?
Our website, the9mileproject.com. That's probably the best place.
That's the best place. We are looking to have our next fundraising event in June. We'll do our best to June 4th.
Yep.
We'll try and post it on our website and get the word out as best we can. But
well, now you've got a nice little bullhorn here sitting across the table from you. So if there's any way that we can help you, we will certainly do that. And
we
I
appreciate
do
that.
invite you to be on the lookout in the February issue of Westwood Living. These guys will be featured. You'll hear more about their story, the 9 Mile Project. Just really impressive. You're doing yourselves proud, you're doing the town proud, and it really is remarkable.
Awesome.
So yeah,
thank you guys.
Congratulations.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Super Bowl predictions. That's the last thing. Not just who's going to win, but why.
I think the Patriots have it. One, because they're the Patriots. Who else would win another Super Bowl? And I also think our defensive line with how Barrymore and Williams have been playing is just – that's going to stop the run. It's going to keep Kenneth Walker under 100 yards, and I think Gonzalez is going to show up to play and lock up their wide receivers. So
Good,
Patriots
good
all the way.
Jake?
I think Michael May's cookies are going to bring us there. I really do. I think the team looks fantastic. I think the dynasty's back, and I think they're going to win.
Drake and Bake, baby.
Drake and Bake.
Drake and Bake.
I love that.
Josh and Drake, too, 2.0.
Drake and Bake and Charlie and Jake. That is our show, and we greatly appreciate you joining us. So many people to thank. It starts with our great friend and incredible director, Evan Cardamino. Charlotte Lynch is also here. Maeve Curtin is here, a member of that girls hockey team.
Yep.
great slate of guests. We can't thank the guys for joining us enough. Robert and Leo, Livy and Fallon, Sophie Weller, Charlie and Jake. We want to remind you that you can join us a month from now. Our next show will be Thursday, February 26th. We're going to do it right here live at Camella's. It's great when there's a big crowd. So thank you very much, Morgan. Thanks to the whole crew. Thanks to everybody for watching, and for those of you showing up and joining us here tonight. We appreciate it. We'll see you the next time, and hopefully we're talking about a Patriots win in Super Bowl 60. Good night. We'll see you next time.